You know what you want. You've known for a while, and you're still here. Not because you're confused, not because the timing isn't right, because everything you've already built is still running. The bills, the calendar, the people counting on you, the life you constructed carefully over years. And somewhere in the back of your mind, there's a voice. It doesn't sound like fear. It sounds like wisdom. The devil you know is better than the devil you don't. That grass ain't always greener on the other side. Not now, maybe later. It's not confusion either. That's identity loyalty. And today, I want to talk about what that is and how that looks. Here's what nobody says out loud. Changing your life can be expensive. Not just financially. It's the disruption cost. It's the learning curve cost. It's the explaining yourself to everyone cost. When you've spent years building something stable, stability becomes its own kind of identity. You tell yourself, I'm the one who holds things together. I'm the one who keeps it running. I'm the one people can count on. And reinvention threatens all of that. Not because you're afraid of the new thing, because you can't yet see what happens to the old thing. So your nervous system does what it was built to do. It finds language for the resistance. The devil you know, better the known than the unknown. You can do it later. And those aren't lies exactly. They're just incomplete. Because what they don't say is later has a way of becoming never. And the devil you know has a way of changing the terms without telling you. Here's the part that took me a long time to understand. Identity loyalty isn't really about the thing you're holding on to. It's about what that thing contains. The job isn't just a job. It's a schedule you know by heart. It's colleagues who became friends. It's the particular comfort of knowing exactly what Tuesday looks like. The relationship isn't just a relationship. The city isn't just a city. These things are containers, and inside them is everything the familiar life still has room for. So when your nervous system says, not yet, it's not protecting the job. It's protecting what the job holds. And here's where we got to be honest with ourselves. Sometimes what it's holding is worth protecting. Sometimes the familiar life still has something real in it, something you haven't finished yet. And your nervous system knows that, even when you don't. I used to be an accountant many, many years ago. I worked at a Catholic school. And at some point, I looked at my life and thought, I cannot do this for the rest of my career. So I went back to school. 2 classes a semester. 8 years. I got my bachelor's, another bachelor's, and my master's. 2 jobs. No, I'm sorry, 2 classes. Then 2 classes, field placement, full-time job. 8 years. When I was finally finished, I was elated. I was also completely exhausted. And my job search reflected that. I would describe it as desultory, slow, unfocused, meandering. I had been at that school for 12 years. I knew everyone. I had a routine. I had friends. I had snow days. I had 2 weeks off for Christmas every year. Summers, easy summers. Time with my son that I hadn't really had for 8 years. So I didn't let myself look too closely at the signs. Like the fact that my boss had already hired my replacement. That she restructured the school around me, shifted me into a new role. I asked questions, I just decided to believe her answer. And I just went along with it. And then that Monday, we had a big fundraiser, and I had worked with a team to plan it. It had been really successful. I'm still on the high of that when I got to work that Monday. And my boss walks into my office. She handed me a letter, and then she walked out. It's my termination letter. I wasn't clinging to the job. I was clinging to what the job still had room for. The rest, the time, the known shape of my days. I couldn't jump until the cliff jumped for me. Identity loyalty isn't weakness. It's the cost of a well-built life. When you've constructed something real, something stable, something that works, of course your system wants to protect it. It's not failure. That's intelligence. But here's what I want you to sit with. Every identity has an expiration date. Not because it was wrong, because you outgrow it. And the question isn't whether the change is coming. The question is whether you choose it or whether it chooses you. I got a termination letter. That was my expiration date arriving. The choice is coming. The only thing you get to decide is whether you make it or it makes you. We'll keep speaking in this space about this. Be well, everybody.